Hello everyone, welcome again. So this time we're going on to part 3 of transforming your asset so that it is more streamlined post COVID-19. The reason I'm doing this series is again this McKinsey article. I'll put the link in the comments below. So what are we going to discuss today? So the second topic that McKinsey have suggested we do is to streamline our workflow, right? How many facilities have you been on where there are 7 different types of management of change, right? You have management of change for maintenance, you have management of change for engineering technical queries, you have that for changes, you have that for a different process for HR, you have a different process for IT, right? All of these different processes require support, right? They each require an interface. They require someone who's competent at the interface to maintain the interface. They require someone managing it. Now, wouldn't it be simpler if we had one system to manage all of these things? So what I want to challenge you today is, how can you streamline your process safety systems so that they could apply to all different parts of the business, so that it makes life easier, right? If someone from HR is talking to you about managing the organizational change, it still requires some input from technical people. Now, they're managing change in a different way to where you normally manage change. So they're talking about different stages, they're using different stage words, and it can completely confuse you, and it can increase the amount of time it takes for you to prepare that management of change. If you're all using the same architecture, the same headings, different approvals will apply because, for example, in HR, there will be different people who need to approve the change compared to those who are doing an engineering change or those who are doing an IT change. But if you are using the same architecture, the same headings, the same stage gates, that will really help streamline your business and make things a lot simpler. The second thing that I've seen in process safety is we complicate it for no reason, right? Process safety is complicated enough, right? Even if we just use the OSHA process safety management framework, there are 20 elements to manage. Now, 20 things is quite a lot of things to manage. And then we bring along safety critical elements, which is split into a further 12 categories. And then we bring the standards, which are split per discipline, and that's maybe 20 categories. And then we have operational excellence, and we have maintenance excellence, and we have asset integrity. And so you can see now we have a lot of layers of different things which are really complicated in themselves, but now we're making them more complicated, because if someone understands asset integrity and they think that that's process safety, that you then say, well, what about culture? And you say, well, that's not part of my asset integrity list. And they go, okay, so where's that coming from? And then you say, oh no, it's coming from these 20 elements. And so, well, how does what I'm learning in asset integrity fit into the 20 elements? And it's not clear, right? Now, the reason this is because process safety has grown and matured over time. And I'm really lucky to be joining at a time where we're kind of sharpening the pencil. So what we're building, Charlie and myself, is a safety case template, which allows you to align it with the 20 elements that you have in the process safety management framework. That will also allow you to meet the requirements of both the quality management standard and the occupational safety standard. So you can have one document which meets all 3 requirements, right? And it holds all your process safety knowledge in there, right? In a structured way, linking it to the 20 elements. Now, imagine that. So you click on element 3. It takes you directly to the process which is required to manage that element. It takes you to the supporting information for all the work that you've done before. It takes you to the actions associated with that element. I mean, how amazing would that be? So what I also want to challenge you today is, so number 1 is checking to see whether there are processes on your facility which are used between different departments, which could be streamlined in a way which will allow optimization of resources. And then the second one is your process safety management system actually that easy to understand? Do people know how you move from design to operations to maintenance? Is it all aligned, right? And how do they know that if there's been a change in this design standard, how does that impact what I need to put in my safety critical performance standard, and how does that impact my maintenance tasks? So is that all linked together? Is it easy to understand? If it's not, visit us on PSM 101 online and send us an email to ask us for more information about our safety case tool, which will allow you for streamlined management of your process safety on site. So thank you very much for listening today. If there's anything in this video that you found useful and you don't want to miss the future ones, make sure you subscribe.